Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Attack on Titan final season on episode 63 or episode 4 of Attack on Titan final season or Shingeki no Kyojin the final season, on episode 4 or episode 63, whichever one you think is more fitting. Anyways, this episode right here was actually pretty nice and looking forward to next episode and the one after that. But I got an announcement to make because apparently it's very important, So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Falco ends up visiting Mr. Kruger, which is what his name is apparently, and ends up having a talk with Falco to deliver some mail. Eventually there'll be a scene with Theo Magath and Willie Tiber having a talk with each other about the statue of Helos, whatever his name is. And it looks like to me they're trying to plan some things out here and there about what's to come, Of course, Reiner, along with the other Eldian warrior units, are talking about the information at Paradise Island here and there, As for Falco, he ends up actually beating Gabby in a foot race for the first time, And, of course, we have to it that, that Gabby just tells Falco not to get so ahead of himself just because he beat her in one thing. And Falco says, well, nothing's been announced yet, so I'm going to keep going at it as to the best of my ability. And we have to it that Gabby ends up telling Falco, what's wrong with you, huh? You're going to be freaking, become honorary Marlians after, your brother inherits the Beast Titan. So what's the deal? And Falco therefore confesses by saying, I'm doing it all for you, okay? And then Gabby's like, what are you talking about? And Falco ends up running off because he was embarrassed or he's really just flustered, Which apparently we all know what that means here and there. But that aside, we have to it that Gabby, Udo, and Zofia ends up having a talk with each other about what's to come, Eventually, Willie Tiber and Theo Magath ends up talking about the situation and what's to come here and there, where Willie Tiber is pretty much like the supreme commander of the military army of Marley, etc. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you watched the episode, or anyone who is pretty much up to date with the manga, you know what I'm saying. Although, what I'm saying might be very vague, but you'll get the idea, hopefully. That aside, we have to it that Kruger and Falco ends up having a talk with each other, and Kruger thanks Falco for delivering letters for him outside, etc., to figure out what's up here and there, But nothing else being all considered here and there, we have to it that that we get to see a person named Jaeger having to talk to Kruger, and talks to him, asking him not to ask Falco not to do those favors for him anymore. Otherwise, they'll be suspicious and maybe everything that Falco and his brother works for will all be for nothing, etc. Although Kruger does ask Jaeger about the situation, about if he had any regrets because he talked about regrets, And Jaeger remembers how that time where he had a son and his daughter having been punished, his son's little sister or his daughter was punished for something and they were killed, and that kind of got him very upset, and he ends up having some nasty trauma or screaming here and there, saying that he can't bear it, and then he blames himself, having to scream in agony and pain of what happened here and there, I'm thinking in my mind, oh man, that's really sad here and there, the way how I look at it, because I know what's up with that. I mean, it looks like it's so implicit depending on how you look at it, but it's actually, all that is already explained in the last season, which anyone who is up to date with Attack on Titan, you know what I'm talking about. Anyone who's up to date with the manga, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm just not deciding not to talk too much of it here because I think it might be traumatizing, or it's just something that I just can't get rid of it in my head. But whatever the case may be, all I know is Jaeger remembers Dr. Jaeger having to talk to Kruger, talks about how his son and daughter end up getting in trouble and his daughter was killed, Oh man, dude, it's just too traumatizing for me to remember that. But that aside, we have to it that there's a party happening right now, and we have to it that one of our characters of the Eldian Warrior Cadet or something almost got himself into trouble because he accidentally spilled wine on someone's kimono, But apparently that woman covered for him here and there, and we have to it that After much of someone making a stupid announcement whatsoever, which seems a little annoying, Tiber William decides to take over and wants to talk to him about something big in history, you know? After like having a giant festival the next day, it was pretty fun here and there. And then we could see the credits here and there, and then there's an after credit scene where Falco wants to bring Reiner somewhere. Eventually, Reiner will later on enter a location where Falco brings him to, you know? And we have too that the guy says, "Hey, Reiner, it's been 4 years. How you been?" And Reiner can only look at him in total shock and possibly in horror, realizing that it's actually Eren, and Eren stares at him, you know? Preview next episode. All I can really tell you, the next title of the episode is called The Declaration of War. So pretty much next episode is gonna be very, very tense. I hope a lot of you guys are prepared right now, especially you anime onlys. I mean, if you watch the preview in the next episode title, you will know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say any more than that here because that title alone is already giving too much away, etc. So all I can really tell you, my skin is goosebumps. I'm shaking in total excitement. And oh man, I don't know what else to say afterwards, but all I can really tell you, it's gonna be one hell of a ride. That much I can tell you. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm off Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.